Nigeria still have the Debt Management Office, that's the DMO, has come out to say that Nigeria still have a borrowing space of 2.9%, and that's about 14.66 trillion naira. If we go beyond this level, then that is a problem to us. But I want to ask you this question, Mukhtar. Do you think that the Tinubu-led administration has the capacity to sustain this threshold? And if it surpasses it, what is the repercussion on the economy?
Well, before I come there, I'd like to, a lot of people have good, they think the policy, like Ambrose just said it, that he think the unified exchange rate is one of the best things that happened. Yes, it is. But again, we must know that these things can only work where there is liquidity. If there's no liquidity in the system, these things will not work. And we are seeing that playing out. Just yesterday, it seems like the parallel market was cheaper than the official market because liquidity is key. If you go to the bank today, you are still rationing, collecting 1,000, then come tomorrow to collect 2,000. So unified exchange rate will work, but it will only work if there is liquidity in the system, whereby I'm able to go to the bank, I get it, go to the parallel market, I get it. Then that's when you see this unified exchange rate work. And then again, it has to be stable for investors to even want to come, for you to boost this liquidity. So the only way we can boost liquidity now is what we use, the money we used to spend in importing refined petroleum product. We'll find our way back into the country, into the foreign reserve. And CBN, when you say you float your currency, it doesn't mean CBN will just fold their hands and be looking. There will be in times that they have to intervene to boost liquidity in the market. Now, secondly, to tax, you see, our government talk about tax in the area that tax is all about revenue. If tax has gone beyond revenue in developed economy, people are beginning to look at tax as a means to grow their economy. But ours own years always owe revenue. And when they talk about tax, the tax is already taxed. Look, there's a gold mine in the informal sector that government is not coming with any ingenious ways to begin to tax the informal sector. You just imagine what you hear in Lagos, what the taxi people pay, what the taxi driver or the bus drivers pay in the motor park, how we have gotten laws that have become kingpin by just receiving only the motor park fee. You can imagine if government comes up with ingenious way of making sure that some of these people pay. And I totally agree with Mr. Charles that said that Nigerians want to pay tax, but they want to see what taxpayers' money are being done with, especially the informal sector, because you can't tell somebody to go and be paying tax and yet the road is bad, he doesn't have power. They will not be excited about doing that. So to catch the informal sector, which is the largest employer of labor in Nigeria, government need to come up with ingenious way of providing for them and in turn collecting tax for them. If we do that, our tax to revenue will be one of the highest in the world. So that is a challenge for government. I hope this present administration we think out of the box. But again, when you talk about including our tax net, the only thing government know, whether the previous administration, maybe this administration will change, is to tax the already tax. Now, the already tax will be taxed, like we've said that 7.5 for diesel. Now, anytime you buy diesel, and you know, diesels are not even being used by most Nigerians in their houses. Most diesels are used by the companies, and those companies will in turn those costs into the consumer, and then consumers will be the one facing the brunt. So government should always look at tax as way to grow the economy, tax as way to create employment, because sometimes you bring a company, you say, okay, you know what, you have a tax holiday for so time, but again, that tax holiday only cover the company in terms of their own income. But what of the people that are working there? They will be paying tax. So it's a win-win situation. In the short term, the government win. In the long term, the government win. When after that time, those people begin to pay tax. So we need to begin to look at tax to grow our economy, especially in this situation that we are now as a nation.
What measures should the federal government be putting in place to ensure we have a far-reaching revenue mobilization initiative and reform without adding more tax to the already taxed citizens? Like Mukhtar rightly mentioned, we just have a new tax on diesel. And who are the people bearing this brunt? The big companies, of course. And if you keep taxing these people, they cut down on their operation costs. Unemployment also will also be at the increase. How do you react to this?
Well, the truth of the matter that we cannot do without tax revenue. However, bulk of Nigerians were not taxed. I can tell you, go and see most of the rich people that buy property, buy cars, they never pay tax. It's only employees that pay as you earn. So to me, the government should watch out into acquisition of properties. Yes, you acquire the property, justify you have paid tax for it, or we tax you. If you are buying a new car or Tokumbo car, if you then have justification, you pay tax or tax you. So these are tax for selective and is going to get more revenue, and the impact of it will be less, because it will be less is only for selective. The other way is our roads. Most of our roads, the government decided to say that they will reconstruct them and they don't have the capacity. Privatize this road and let put toll gate, and they will be able to maintain them. Because it's a cash cow, anybody drive, I better pay toll gate and get smooth running car, a road, rather than go road with a lot of pothole and delay and time wastage. So the government should look at those ways and hands up those constructions so that they don't need revenue into that. They concentrate into security and judiciary. Once you get your judgment as when due, fair judgment, and once you can get security to see that you can live peacefully, the other tax allow them to trade. They open up for the energy. Yes, energy will increase, charges will increase, but pay as you consume. So if they go those ways, we have no issues. And I can tell you that the government will be better off.